You think your breakup was messy? Mine came with hacking attempts, stalking, and a whole villain origin story. Let me be very clear about something right now. This was not a breakup. This was a campaign. The day after we ended things, literally the very next day, I get a notification that someone from his city tried to log into my Venmo. No healing era, no processing, no moving on, just straight to. Let me access her money real quick. I sat there thinking, wow, guess I did not financially support his lifestyle enough while we were together, but that was just the tutorial level, because then he escalates. I start talking to someone new, nothing serious, just casually seeing where things go. And somehow this man digs up not just that guy's number but his entire family's information. Phone numbers, home addresses, everything. And then he starts calling them, cussing them out, harassing strangers who had nothing to do with any of this. I was not even mad at that point, I was genuinely impressed, disturbed but impressed. Then comes the personal attack. We shared a Nintendo Switch, and if you know that is sacred territory. I get an email saying someone tried to access my account, my card info, everything. Cool, bank account, replaceable, but my Animal Crossing island. A full year of work, my villagers, everything I had built. That was the first time I felt actual fear. Then it gets weird. He is on vacation at this point, living his best life apparently. But instead of relaxing, he sends his friend to take a photo of my car parked outside another guy's house and sends it directly to me. Sir, you are outsourcing the stalking now, and the craziest part, they used to be friends. Mine and his, so now I am dealing with betrayal on top of everything else. Then he decides he is funny. He photoshops my face onto a blunt and posts it like he just delivered the hardest line of the decade. I am sitting there thinking, you have never been funny a single day in your life. You borrowed every joke from me. So yeah, I clapped back. I posted him next to a cartoon character that looked exactly like him with the caption. Spot the difference? Honestly, that was generous, but I realized something around this point. He was not going to stop, so I stopped playing defense. And this still makes me laugh, he calls my dad, my dad. A man who already could not stand him. He tries to spin the whole story like I was the unhinged one, like I was the one who would not leave him alone. My dad was not buying a single word. Maybe because this same man once showed up at our house and banged on the door for 30 solid minutes because I said I could not hang out that day. The evidence was not in his favor, but he was not done. He starts messaging one of my YouTube subscribers, someone who is now genuinely one of my closest friends. She sends me the screenshot saying, your ex is actually insane. He was calling her, crying, drunk, playing terrible rap music in the background, telling her he misses me, he loves me. And then, mid-emotional breakdown, he asks if she is a freak. I was not even angry anymore. I was embarrassed on his behalf. Then he gets his dad involved. His dad calls my roommate, who by the way used to date his sister, and tells him to kick me out of the house, and we just sat there laughing. Because somehow me and this roommate both dated into that same family, escaped, and ended up best friends. We literally formed a survivor support group. And this is just what I remember off the top of my head. Because when you spend 2 years living inside that level of chaos, your brain starts filing it under normal. But it was not normal. It was a full-time job in emotional damage management, and I worked it without a single day off. And here is the part that still keeps me up at night. I stayed for 2 years thinking I was the problem. So tell me, at what point does someone's behavior stop being a red flag and start being a pattern you should have left at the very first sign? Because I already know my answer, I just want to know if you would have stayed as long as I did.